A new option in Tesla account settings suggests that Tesla could be close to releasing official support for third-party apps. Support for third-party apps could give users a more customized and privacy-focused experience. Current third-party apps require complete access to the vehicle. Official support could introduce more controlled access, increasing security. Tesla has not revealed much about the feature, so it is unknown who will be able to make apps for Teslas and whether developers will have to pay to distribute through the store. The graphical user interface and mouse have remained the predominant way to interact with computers over the years. Headsets like Apple's Vision Pro and NBSP ultimately aim to replace the current computer interface entirely. The idea that head-mounted displays or augmented reality glasses will replace the screen sounds implausible, but the technology is almost there. This new form of computing promises a completely new way of perceiving and interacting with the world, and NBSP. Composer is a PyTorch library that enables faster, cheaper, and more accurate neural network training. It features more than 20 methods for speeding up training networks, an easy-to-use container that integrates best practices for multi-GPU training, and strong and reproducible baselines. Composer can be used both as a functional API and as a standalone trainer. Google is shifting its focus from hardware to software. It is building a micro XR platform that it plans to license to other headset manufacturers, similar to how it provides Android for smartphones. The Chromium team is experimenting with a new type of query called state query that will allow developers to check if an element is stuck. Joby Aviation is on track to deliver its first electric aircraft by 2024 and commercialize an air taxi service by 2025. Its Californian pilot production plant has rolled out its first electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle, eVTOL. The eVTOL received a special airworthiness certificate from the FAA to begin flight testing. Joby has multiple aircraft currently in its production line that it plans to use for customer applications. 4 volunteers have entered a 1,700-square-foot habitat, NASA's Crew Health and Performance Exploration Analog, as part of an experiment designed to anticipate the challenges that a real-life human mission to Mars might face. The participants, none of whom are trained astronauts, will remain in the habitat for 378 days. They will carry out an array of mission activities, including simulated spacewalks, robotic operations, growing crops, and habitat maintenance. There will be obstacles such as resource limitations, equipment failure, communication delays, and environmental stressors. This will be the first of 3 planned Mars surface simulations. BlockSuite is a collaborative editor. It features block-based editing, incremental state sync, compact rich text, and a hybrid infinite canvas. BlockSuite is intrinsically collaborative and framework agnostic. HTTP/3 Extensible Priorities is a new standard that speeds up web page loading by up to 37%, now available on all plans on Cloudflare. FTX has started talks with investors about backing a potential restart of the exchange through structures such as a joint venture. A recent Twitter post comparing an older computer running Windows NT 3.51 and a newer one running Windows 11 showed the older computer loading apps instantly while the newer computer showed significant lag. This opened up a discussion on how, while computers have gotten better, performance on trivial tasks has regressed. Latency on modern computer interfaces is getting worse. Frameworks, layers of abstraction, and the mass adoption of managed and interpreted languages are causing a lot of this latency. Google is shifting its Waze strategy to include Google Ads, resulting in a reduction of Waze ads monetization-focused roles. An excerpt from a small book about AI development that talks about building a self-improving and reflective AI agent that is good enough to run scientific experiments.